What's up, everybody? This is George CLC Samuels, and you're tuning in to another session of Daily Fire. Today was an eventful day, I gotta say, both from a business sense and a personal. From a business sense, continued more client work. Also was involved in pitching an idea to an investor alongside a few friends. And it was actually interesting to gauge what we did well and what we didn't do well. And probably in terms of what we did well was compress what was originally put together in terms of the pitch, and that we compressed it down so that it was a little bit more manageable and something that could be absorbed a bit better. But on the flip side also, even after compressing it, it was still a little bit overwhelming for the investor. So I've actually never really been involved in any formal pitches, but due to the nature of the space that I'm in, people are now coming to me to be introduced to others because my relationships with some of these key players are actually really strong, which is a good thing. And I'll probably be developing more of these type of relationships as I enter Singapore and the Asian blockchain scene. So Singapore, watch out, I'm coming. The other bit too was in terms of the pitch itself, understanding what the investor actually wants or what their investment criteria is before going in. It was interesting to see because I was assisting two others in this pitch. They were the ones with the idea and the creation. And I'm just there really as a facilitator / advisor. And they definitely they have a strong vision. But I think there might have been some parts where there was a bit of waffling, and I think we assumed that it'd be easier if there was just more of a dialogue discussion type of feel. But I think the investor also came in was quite tired, and so that affected the ability to have that what typically probably would have been just a straight up discussion. And I think this time it would have been better if it was a lot more structured and we kept to the structure that I had laid out. But it is what it is. We continue on, probably to pitch to a few other investors. And this isn't for my own business, it's just something that I may have a stake in, be involved with. I really like the project idea. It is related to the blockchain space. And so those were some of the lessons there. Also had a pack meet, so for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, also have this accountability group called the pack. It's where I've actually kind of experimented with a lot of the things that we do in terms of community management. And there it's more general. It's for folks who are growing their own business or in career transition. And in one of the calls we had there was a theme. Because everybody was, sharing what their wins were from the last week, their challenges, lessons learned, and the theme for the night seemed to be clarity and must. And what I mean by that is about a month or two ago, I went to a Tony Robbins event, and at the event, he was talking about in life, we are usually motivated or geared towards things that are musts. And if the goal or objective of the thing that you're moving towards isn't a must, and it's just kind of like meh, okay, that'd be nice, but it isn't a must, you're not going to be compelled enough to do what's required on a daily basis to go after it, right? So there are ways to be able to turn those, maybes into must, but it's an important question to ask yourself that, whatever it is that you're going after in your life, ask yourself, is this something that I not just want to do, but I must do? I'm sure you've seen some of those motivational videos on YouTube or whatnot, and they talk about if it becomes a matter of life or death, the things that you really want to go after is like, are you willing to die for it? Maybe that's a bit extreme, but that level of commitment where it becomes a must. Because you will find that people are much more motivated to do something or change when it's there's no other choice, right? So for me and the path that I'm on, luckily I'm fortunate enough that I've gotten to a point where the stuff I'm doing is a must, and there is no turning back. During my 20s, I would say that there were a lot of things I dabbled in and tried, but they weren't must because there was still a level of comfortability that I had. Even though there was some uncertainty, I was married, I guess I had that cushion there. So in case anything happened, well, I still got my partner there. But at the same time, I always try to not take that as because I've got somebody there that I can just rest on my laurels. But maybe I am personally motivated by pressure, and I work better under pressure. So something to think about for today. What is your must in life? And with that, remember, as always, through patience and persistence, it will come.